So what did you all do in New York?
Well, first off, it was my 40th birthday.
Yay! Congratulations. I'm so glad you're 40 now
old.
because everybody should just be 40 and up, so I feel better about myself.
Good.
But how do you feel?
I feel the same. I don't see really any difference. I did cry a little bit.
You did? Did you have a midlife crisis?
I already have a convertible.
Okay. So what else are you gonna do for your midlife crisis?
I mean, what can I do for my midlife crisis?
Go out with really young boys. Not young, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Maybe young daddies. They'd be like,
yes,
that'd be embarrassing.
That would be.
I
Imagine
get so embarrassed when it's a daddy that's like in his 20s and
Yes.
he's like, I want to be your daddy, and I'm like 20 years older than you, and I'm still in diapers.
Yes, and you're still not potty trained, and they are, and they can tell you what to do.
That's so embarrassing. And then
It is.
I get boners, but I'm in chastity, so it doesn't matter.
Good.
But yeah, New York City. It was a lot colder than I expected it to be. Funny enough, I went out there with a couple of my friends, and I was the only one to bring sweaters and a jacket. It was nice probably like the first 2 days, and then when we got to Fire Island, which is on Long Island, it was like 60 degrees.
Oh my goodness.
Windy, rainy.
Like in the daytime or nighttime?
All day, day.
Okay.
Like that. And so we just cuddled, watched Facts of Life, and...
Wait, wasn't there parties going on at Fire Island? Is that why you went there?
Yeah, I did tan one day, the first day, so like you could see my bronze tan. But that was that.
You don't have tan lines.
I was naked.
Oh, okay.
It was a new beach.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was crazy because it was a lady that was next to us, and she was like mom, like, I don't know, she's like a Karen or something, but she just kept staring at my friend and I, and we were just naked and rolling over and kissing her stuff,
And she was staring like in lust or like in disgust?
I was like, please be mommy.
Oh.
And I was like...
Wait, so would it have been inappropriate for her to come up to you and be like, hey guys, what you guys up to?
Yes, because of, well, I mean, with the gay community, it's not really, like, ladies, I don't know, it's weird. A lot of ladies just, like, if they're trying to approach sexually, it's kind of like, get away, get away.
Right.
I totally understand the no competition type of thing, but,
okay.
I don't know, I'm bi, so, like, I like everybody, so it was more of a teasing thing for me when I was on the beach.
Okay.
But I will say one thing to everyone out there. If you do leave your bag out when you take a little walk and stroll down the beach, do not leave your kettle corn barbecue chips available for the seagulls to eat.
Oh, yeah.
I lost that bag.
Wait, hold on. So the seagulls came and they took your bag and dumped it out and then ate everything?
So we walked about half a mile down, half a mile back.
Yeah.
By the time we got back, I realized that all the birds that I was looking at for the past 15 minutes were actually all around my blanket, and they were poking holes in the bag. So by the time I got back, there were chips scattered all over the place, and a bunch of seagulls like yelling at me.
So they're aggressive. They're like, "Don't take away our food."
They went like in my bag. Like it was literally like I didn't unzip the whole bag. It was just a little zip, and it was meat. And then they started pulling it out.
No way. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. I wouldn't suspect that these seagulls were aggressive like that, but this reminds me of the time when I had my laptop bag at my friend's house with her pig, with her two like mini pot-bellied pigs.
Aww.
And they went into my laptop and like upended it. And it wasn't zippered properly. And they chewed like an SD card I had with content on it that I hadn't transferred over yet.
Thanks.
And then they chewed it up. Like they got it out of my bag. And my Kindle fell out.
Oh my gosh, so they're reading stories.
No, they hid my Kindle. They like hid it under a shelf.
Because they didn't want you to read.
Maybe.
Like, this is a bad story.
Maybe.
Was it Da Vinci Code?
No, it wasn't. No, that isn't something I would read. No, just like murder mysteries and bullshit. Yes. Isn't that crazy? And I was like, where's my Kindle? And I had to look around for it.
I stayed out in the Flatiron area, the Flatiron building. It's like a like triangle thing.
I don't know anything.
It was like near Times Square and like Hell's Kitchen. Anyways, got to see some shows. I went to this random enough. I didn't even expect that Folsom East was going to be there.
Right.
It was randomly enough on my birthday on the 18th of June.
Yay.
And yay me. And after breakfast, we went to Folsom East. Bunch of diaper boys. Bunch of diaper boys.
Wow.
There.
Okay, so when you say a bunch, like, was it 10, 20?
Not 20 of us.
20 diaper boys.
Right, and this is at 11 a.m.
That's freaking... Wait, is that a parade or is it just Folsom?
No, it's just Folsom. So Folsom East is basically, it's not like Folsom Street Fair where it's like 20 blocks. It's like a block or half a block, but it's...
No way.
It's really small compared to it. But the people there, they had dancers there, they had drinks going on, they had a bunch of diaper boys, they had the whole toilet area, they had, what is that? Like, you throw the beanbag into the cornhole?
Oh, yeah, cornhole, yeah.
Cornhole. And that was fun, played that a little bit. Somebody was even selling, like, old school, like, vintage porn, like VHS? And
original
books,
ones?
too.
Really?
Yeah, like...
That's so cool.
He's like, this is my collection. So I was able to pick his mind a little bit, which was cool to hear his stories.
Wow, I should have a booth there. What if I had a booth selling all the old like DPFs and stuff?
That would actually work if you were closer to the ABDL boys.
Yeah.
But random enough too, like I ran into some mistresses out there that I filmed with for Kink.com, which was cool to be like, hey, I know you, give me hugs. And I ran into this trans girl from Chicago for, I was at IML earlier. And so that was crazy to see her.
Yeah.
And then, seeing Kenzo and Tim. And
so how did all the ABDL boys get organized?
Kenzo is a very smart boy. He gets all these diaper boys organized. He gets it set up. Like, he's a smart boy. So...
was there a booth there?
Yeah, he had two booths. Wait, one of them was a puppy station, the other one was adult baby, and they had a changing area on the side of that.
Was the changing area public or private?
Well, they had it like partitioned off.
Yeah.
But, if someone really wanted, they could, but it was pretty private.
Yeah, it wasn't just like out on the street with no partition. Okay, got it.
It was kind of like diaper active.
Yeah.
Like how they have that
tent thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of...
Wow.
But it was cool going to see that, and then...
Wow, wait, I have more questions about the booth. Okay, so what was at the booth for the adult baby stuff?
It was, I want to say it was ABU was supporting all of that. Okay. So they had some of their diapers out. Yeah. And then they had some flyers about the local community in Manhattan and New York. And so they've been really on a roll out there in New York City.
Flyers. That's amazing.
Yeah, like there's a good group out there.
Wow.
There's a really good group.
So for the flyers, did it list straight events and gay events?
It was just
listing
everything? Their own events that they would like. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Or hey, if you're interested in this, like, these are the people you can reach out to, and so it was a lot of just like educational stuff, which is great, especially if you're new to things.
Yeah, I didn't know. I've never seen flyers because I don't know if you like. Old Tykables booths had flyers. It was like threefold. Yeah.
Doop, doop. They fold it out. It's like a Mormon book or something.
Maybe I should make flyers.
You could.
At like different events.
And like you open it up and it's like one leg, another leg, and it's like a diaper boy, and you're like, oh no, don't change me. But change me.
Okay, but where's the information gonna go? Not in the middle section of the
come
diaper.
on. It'll be on the back with the small, tiny writing. With the anyway, so that was fun. It wasn't as big, like I said. My first experience with Folsom was San Francisco. It definitely, if you're trying to go out there, you're not going to get the same experience.
Okay.
But it was a lot of fun, good people, like I said, diaper board representation was.
That's
I will
crazy.
say it was like a 9 out of 10. It
Wow.
was literally, we had boys all over the fucking place, which was great.
Okay, especially for that size of event, because it was much smaller than Folsom West. The fact that there was 20 ABDLs representing, they were spread out over like the 2 blocks or whatever.
Yeah, we're all just walking around and we're waddling around, really.
So did a lot of people come up to you guys and talk to you? Or?
Well, I mean, my experience is always different because guys are like, "Oh, I love your videos. Like, I jerk off to them all the time." And I'm like,
okay.
Cool. But with the ABDL thing, yeah, I'll get guys that are like, "Oh my gosh, you inspired me to be able to do this," and it gives me a nice heartfelt feeling and like, good, like pass the torch type thing of being like, dude, like I saw other people before me, and that's what I did. So please keep going. Like, we need cute boys. I mean, it's a shallow society.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but...
Okay, when you say that, what does that really mean?
It means you have to be pretty for people to jerk off to.
Oh, okay. But I think you're coming from a different perspective.
There's I'm on a different side of the slash with things. When I was doing it more lifestyle, it's, I mean, granted, even now, I am still lifestyle, but to really promote things and things like that, it takes, you gotta sometimes have a 6-pack, and you gotta do this, you gotta fucking try to pull in people from the outer, like, echelons of kink to be like, oh, there's diaper boys here, like, maybe that's cool. That's the only point I'm trying to make. Besides that, I get off more so on, if someone could talk to me and get me in that little space, it doesn't matter. I'm attracted to them 100% if they know how to talk to me.
Right.
If they could have yellow teeth and another eye growing out of their head, I would call them daddy.
Right, but you're talking about like public outreach in the bigger kink community. It does help to look a certain way.
And it sucks that that's the way it is, but I mean, we can't really, we're in a capitalistic society. This is the United States of America. Like, you want to sell. Like, it's not pretty, but that's the name of the game. As long as we know the name of the game, then it's like...
I'll disagree with that. I think anyone can look cute and present themselves in an adorable way. Because you're talking about selling. I'm just talking about outreach in general to educate others about ABDL, I guess. Not selling anything.
I feel you on that.
But just public... Not public exposure, but just...
Yeah, it's not modeling of being like, oh, look at my butt. It's going to be like, hey, look, I'm cute, I'm fun, I'm having a good time, and I'm being myself, and I love myself. So that's, honestly, that's way more important than trying to sell a fucking product, but...
Yeah, totally. So that was Folsom. So was that all day?
That was until we left in the early afternoon. It ended at like 6 p.m., and then we went and saw Wicked, which was a really good show. It made me cry.
You're a big softie.
Whatever.
You're a big softie.
But like, it was a good show. It was really cool. Had a good time doing that, and then we went to dinner. The following day, we took a train up to Long Island, to Fire Island. We took a little ferry across.
Yeah.
And it's a big gay mecca. Like, one side is gay men. I mean, not the one side and the other side, but it's like pretty much there's 2 sides to it. The Pines is gay men. The Cherry Grove is lesbian women. Okay. Random enough, I don't know if we could say this on here or not, but we ran into Wanda Sykes at a bar over there.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah. And like I didn't want to say anything. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be that guy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't be a dick. So I just let it roll out and just.
Oh, was there a bunch of people around her?
Yeah, but they had like the worst. The name of it was like the worst drag show ever. So it was like they were trying to be bad and like very over the top and corny. So it was fun. I had a good time doing that. And we had some dinner. Really good food on Fire Island. Like I had seafood every day, like oysters and halibut.
Oh, were there like women there on
Lots.
the gay side? Or?
There were some, but they were normally like in a group of a bunch of boys.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But there were some ladies there. You know, representation was cool. And like I said, it was cold. The first couple days, beautiful. It was like 80 degrees. The next 3 days after that were like 60 degrees. Raining,
That's
windy,
crazy.
Overcast.
Right.
I just stayed inside and watched Facts of Life.
Oh, okay.
All the time.
Oh, okay.
So it was entertaining, but
Right.
it was just.
Oh.
But yeah, so that was cool. Did that.
Wait, so was there events at Fire Island, and that's why you guys went there for that time?
No, I went for my birthday. I wanted
okay.
to. So I saw this movie, Bros. I don't know if you saw it. It's a gay movie on streaming on like whatever, but it's a cute little movie. But in this movie, they go to Fire Island, and I was talking to some of my friends, and one of my friends. He's an older gentleman, and he was telling me about his story. He would go to Fire Island when he was like 14. This is like in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
And his aunt owned a cottage out there, and there's a bunch of gay men all over the place. You know, granted, this guy is a gay man now. Like,
yeah.
But just hearing his experiences of it and how magical it was, it really made me kind of like, I want to experience that.
Yeah.
And feel comfortable. You know, if I want to go have sex out on the beach, or if I want to just lay out and tan naked, or if I want to wear a crop top and little shorts, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, like total freedom.
No shame, you know?
Yeah.
So
was it all that?
It was, but the thing is that there's a national park in between both of those little towns.
No way.
So you have to walk through sand dunes.
Okay.
And you're literally like, I have shoes that have sand still in them right now.
Yeah.
Because
I
was walking through sand dunes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it's a mile one way and a mile back. So I got to work out.
Yeah.
I got to work out. And then the crazy thing is, there's these little like routes that go through these sand dunes.
Yeah. And
they lead to these sex like spots.
Oh wow.
It's called the meat rack.
Okay.
And guys will meet up over there and just have anonymous sex in the middle of the sand dunes.
Oh wow.
And
that sounds like it would get really sandy, and it would get places that you don't want it to be.
I would hate to bottom for that.
Yeah, right. Or even to top, because then what if it gets on your thing and then now there's sand on it?
That would hurt so bad.
Right, like you just have to have wipes and water to clean off.
I was kind of annoyed because there was a bunch of trash, like baby wipes all over the place.
What?
That like with like poop stain on them, and I'm like,
okay, that would really annoy me.
Come on, could you pick this up?
It sounds like a hot mess, kind of.
I ended up being like Captain Planet and like taking a bag and like picking all this trash up. And
that's so good.
I'm an environmental scientist, even though I don't use my degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna turn pollution down to zero.
We should do maybe a video on like how to be more environmentally friendly while ABDL.
Yeah.
That would be a great topic.
That's a difficult topic because a lot of us wear disposables.
Yeah. And you would have to not wear disposables, you know what I mean? You would just have to switch over to cloth.
Mm-hmm. Which would be fun, but...
Yeah, but messy.
I like that crinkle.
I know.
Like, that's so hot to have that, like... It's hot. So, we went back to New York City.
Yeah.
After Fire Island. went to a fun sex party at this place called the Red Eye.
Okay.
And
wait, what is the Red Eye?
So it was, you walk into this bar slash like club, and there's a set of stairs that go back down. You go down those, like when you first go into the bar, it's like a regular bar. You go down the stairs, and that leads to a different area where it's basically a whole open room with like a sling and a fucking bench. And so I just didn't get it because I got there early, and my friend that I was with was wearing cargo pants. And the guy that worked there, I was changing my clothes, so I didn't see it. And I just heard it, and he's like, "You can't come in here with those cargo pants." And I was like, "Ha, that's funny." And he's like, "No, I'm serious. You can't. You have to be in fetish gear to come in here. Otherwise, you can't come in."
So it's like a fetish club, or was it just a fetish night that night?
Well, it's like a once a month party where all goes, and it's it was fun. I ended up having like a finger in my butt and getting a blowjob from a couple boys.
Nice.
And that was hot. I mean, granted, I wasn't all the way cleaned out, so the guy that was fingering me, I was like, "Please don't smell your fingers." But
I'm used to playing with guys that don't clean out.
well,
so,
I mean, if you're gonna go
whatever.
play in the dirt, you're then expected to get dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Or bring gloves.
Right. So that was a fun experience. One thing I will say about this bar that was kind of gross was they had, so the bartender's like, say I'm the bartender, and you have the bar around you.
Yeah.
There were these funnels that were coming up from the bar. And I asked him, I'm like, "Do you just like pour the empties down there and it like collects for like, all the empties and you just take the rest and throw it in the trash?" He's like, "No. If you look in front of you," which I was on the opposite side of the bar, there's a hose. And he's like, "We attach a metal caulk onto it and you deep throat it and we pour alcohol into these funnels and they go into the metal caulk and you swallow it."
Yeah.
But me being a science guy, I'm like, "You don't think there's like bacterial buildup that would happen over time, especially with all that sugar?"
The sugar.
And he's like, he just looks at me, he's like, "Shh." And I'm like,
what?
I am not getting one of those shots.
No. But yes, that's what builds bacteria, sugar. And
that was cray-cray.
Oh, but maybe they use it a lot or they flush it with water or something. Anyways, that's creepy.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I went to, Pup Kenzo's party was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of diaper boys.
So was that in the evening? Was that evening?
It was. It started at 9, and it was at a dungeon, like a local dungeon area that they just, you could buy it out or whatever.
Yeah.
There was about, like I said, there was like 50 or 60 of us there.
Nice.
It was packed. Like, I'm like sweating. I'm like, oh my, like, I was wearing a crop top and a diaper, and I'm still like drenched in sweat.
Right, I'm sure your diaper was very like sweaty and soggy.
It was probably not even soggy because I sweated all of it on my, all the wetness out of my pores. But it was fun. Got to draw some cute pictures, and they had a little changing area. And they had.
Was the changing area like in public view or?
It was just like the same thing. It was partitioned off in the front room.
Yeah. Was it sponsored?
Yes.
Like ABU?
ABU. So there was a bunch of ABU and Rears too.
Oh, okay.
So Rears had, I think it was like a bunch of barnyard diapers.
Oh, yeah.
Which I haven't seen those in forever either.
Yeah, they were like hot for a while, like 3 years ago, and then like less hot. Yeah.
That's the only reason why. Because it's hot to be like, "Oh, you smell like a barnyard."
I've never thought about that. I thought the animals were cute, and I like that colorway. Okay, so it was a small venue, obviously, because like 50 or 60 people made it packed.
Yeah, we had some pizzas, had a little bit of alcohol, and some soda pop. And yeah, I got into the little headspace. I was able to color a couple pictures, and it was cute. It was good to see some boys that like randomly that I hadn't seen since like Palm Springs randomly.
Oh yeah.
One of the guys, random enough, was the roommate of this guy that I hooked up in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
And he was pissing down the back of my diaper
nice.
As this guy walks in.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, this is hot." Jerking off. And I ran into him again in New York City. And he's like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, I saw you were getting your diaper pissed in." And I was like, "That was you?" And so it's a small world, you know, like you run into these people and
right.
you're like, "Wait, I just saw you in California and now I see you in Manhattan."
Right,
like,
that's across the whole country. I have so many other questions about like the demographics. So was it all guys? Were there any female presenting folks?
There were about like 4 baby girls there with their daddies.
Yeah.
Cute girls. It's just, I mean, my personal, thing is like I'm gonna end up talking to more boys than girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some little girls there. I was actually coloring next to one of them and
nice.
Her daddy and what were we talking about? It was just fun to kind of BS with people and just like get
right.
to be babies and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's my crayon." You know? And
have little time like
yeah,
that. And then other people were getting into it too.
I needed it very much so.
Yeah.
And it's, with the whole birthday thing, I'm like, I need to relax and have me time. And so that was good. I stayed for 3-4 hours maybe.
Oh wait, I have more questions about the demographics too. Sorry. So were there caregivers there? Like how many caregivers versus?
So trip out on this. So the daddy that I was with, him and I went shopping earlier in the day, and he picked out these overalls and he's like, "Do you think these would be appropriate for the Littlez party?" Totally appropriate for the Littlez party.
Yeah.
You might get confused.
Yeah.
All these baby boys.
He wore them.
Yes. All these baby boys were like, "You look so cute in your overalls. What's your name?" And he's like, "Oh, Daddy Will." And then they're like, oh, you're Daddy? Oh my gosh, oh. And so everyone's kind of, that's how it is when you have Daddy around.
Yeah. Oh, so were they all over him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so he loved that attention, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Look at him,
oh,
boy.
Yeah. He starts, grabbing boys' asses and shit, and changing them and stuff. I'm like, you're living your life.
Yes.
Like, you're fine.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Meanwhile,
I'm
just coloring.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Kenzo, very sweet. His handler, oh gosh, I can't remember her name, but she owns the actual facility there. Very cool people. I had a great time. Everyone was awesome. I mean, you have your moments with a group of people, but I think it was good. I think it was really good.
Were there DLs there too?
Yes, I actually met one from New Jersey. And he was just like, "Well, I like the scene, but the baby thing, another thing, but I like to hang out with my friends." So it's nice just to have that camaraderie of having your friends there and shoot the shit and be like, "Hey, what'd you do last week?"
Totally.
And so it was cool just to be a fly on the wall, pretty much, because I'm a West Coast boy. So.
Oh, so a lot of the people knew each other already.
Yeah, they had that click.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I have that in because they have seen my videos and I know people there. Yeah. So that's the only reason why.
I'm sure you were popular. I'm sure a lot of people came up to you. Yeah,
but it was nice to be like, to hear them like, "Oh my gosh, you inspired me to be a baby, this and that." I'm like, good. Wow. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Do it because, like I said earlier, I'm like, I gotta pass that torch to somebody.
Right.
So you boys better be doing something. Or you girls better be doing something.
Okay, so there were people knew each other because it's all that area. So yes, the East Coast people all knew each other, right?
Yeah.
For you as a West Coast person coming in, did you feel like it was cliquey? Did you feel uncomfortable in any way?
I'm a rare case.
Yeah.
If you were,
because people know you.
Say if you were from LA and you just decided to go out there on your own.
Yeah.
You would be accepted and people would talk to you and stuff, but you're not going to have those "Oh, remember that joke from the last week?"
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. That's the cliquish that we're talking about.
Yeah,
so
history.
You're not going to have that, but at the same time, everyone there is so super sweet, and they're not pretentious at all. They're not be like, oh, get away from me. Like, who are you?
Okay,
like,
good.
Everyone's cool. Like, and I got to meet a couple diaper boys that it was their very first event, and they were scared and nervous. And I'm like,
were they together?
No, it was just two separate guys.
Oh, okay.
And I'm telling them stories. I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's been times where I would drive from San Antonio to Houston, and I wouldn't even get out of the car. I would just drive back because I was too scared.
Wow.
But it take guts. Like,
right, it does.
It does. It's scary, and if you want it bad enough, you'll get it. But sometimes, like even I have my moments.
Yeah, everybody probably does.
Everyone does.
And they made it there, so that's great. That's a huge step.
Yeah, it was really good to see them and being like, congratulations, you made it.
Oh, that's a good thing to say. Oh, they should have like little stickers that say congratulations, first event, you made it.
It's almost like an AA meeting. It's like your very first meeting, like that type of thing. But it's special because, like I said, these newer people are going to be carrying the torch. They're going to be who we are right now. So I just want to be able to be some sort of inspiration in some sort of way to say, be yourself, love yourself, and who cares what anyone thinks about you, because they're not paying your bills or sucking your dick.
Well, that sounded like a really fun ABDL event.
That was fun.
Oh, I was gonna say, was there a lot of like sexual play there?
I think it was more so just teasing. I didn't see a lot of like get down.
Yeah.
At that party I was talking about earlier, like I had fingers in my butt and like lips around my wiener. Yeah. This was like, oh, you're wet, like that type of thing. It wasn't. And a lot of times, being someone from out of town, I'm not going to put my hands on anybody because I don't know who is who.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't want to touch somebody's boyfriend and get slapped in the face and be embarrassed.
Yeah, yeah. But guys did pee down your diaper. I mean, that's hot. That's fun. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very good experience. Oh, and little tidbit. I had an Airbnb, and this kitty was attached to the Airbnb. Uh-huh. So the lady was like, can you feed the cat? 3-legged cat named Edith.
Aww.
So sweet. She loved me. I was like, you're my best friend. Yeah. So we were hanging on the couch and stuff. So it was good to have a little animal around on my off time. Yeah. I needed that.
Good. That's good.
Had a lot of good food. Like I said, got to see Book of Mormon too. That was really fun. But I really just chilled out. It was good to just hang out and be lazy and get my diaper time when I got it. But most of the time I had to kind of pretend to be a big boy, which I mean, kind of sucks, but at the same time you got to do what you got to do.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I had a really good time. Long flight to get back.
Right.
And I spilled some guy's drink all over him because I was pouncing on my seats.
But you didn't do it on purpose. No, you just sat down hard.
I'm a big boy, that's why. And my fat ass.
Well, and the seats are like cheap and flimsy now, right?
And they're like this big.
Right, especially like on the budget airlines, they're so thin in the back. They're like this. Like on Frontier, it's literally a piece of aluminum.
You cough and you feel it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it was your fault that you sat down hard and then his drink spilled behind you. Necessary. You didn't, the intention wasn't
it was
there.
Malicious, but at the same time, when someone's like, "Hey,
right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Whatever. I just don't want to deal with you." And then I got yelled at for smoking weed outside of the airport in Vegas.
What?
Because they have that little liquor store, convenience store down there at the baggage claim. So I grabbed a beer because I was like, the bags aren't coming out on time. So I went outside, smoked, had a beer, and then this security comes up to me. He's like, no one likes that smell. It smells bad. And not only that, but this is a federal facility and you cannot be smoking. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't want to get in trouble, so I was like, oh, let me just go over onto the other side of the building and continue smoking.
Right, yeah, I know. I'm sure he was just doing his
job.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Federal.
Yeah, I'm not at that at all. Like, I just don't want him getting yelled at from his boss. There's a guy smoking weed out there. You should have yelled at him.
Yeah.
I did, boss, I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little bit chilly out there. The subways were awesome. Got to see some crazy stuff going on the streets. And
I'm sad about the Folsom Fair being a lot smaller. So was it like less like sexually open too than West Coast?
Yeah, it was, because you'll in San Francisco you see dudes like sucking dick in the middle of the street. Like I got my diaper changed on the curb,
Which I think is so tame. I think that's like the tamest thing that you could do at Folsom.
I mean, granted, if it's a wet or messy diaper, but regardless,
Oh, yeah. If it's messy.
Right, it was just wet, but still, there's people like you have like EMTs walking around over there in San Francisco to make sure people like don't overdose or fall out. So like it's intense like that.
Yeah.
New York is, I want to say New York reminds me of San Francisco, but it's a lot cleaner and a lot more organized.
Oh.
And I don't know. I don't think I could afford where I would want to live in New York City. And then my family is in LA, so
Wait, that was a thought that you might want to move?
I'd love to. It's beautiful out there. There's so much history.
Yeah.
Like it's gorgeous, and the food is so damn good.
Would you live like right in Manhattan? No, Vegas has great food.
Yeah,
Vegas has world-class food.
I think there's a little bit difference because we have like Cirque du Soleil, these sort of shows, but they have Broadway, which is I mean, granted, I did see Moulin Rouge out here in Vegas, and it was a great show, but you can see the same thing in Manhattan. I would love to live in Manhattan. I can't afford Manhattan. I can't afford Park Avenue.
No, you would have to live in Jersey.
What?
It was true. I'm just saying.
Or even best case scenario, Brooklyn. You know.
Or Long Island.
Yeah, well, that's further up there.
I know.
Staten Island, maybe.
Anyways, I'm just saying that Vegas has incredible food, and we should get some food after this.
Yes, we should get some food because my tummy's hurting.
It is?
I don't know.
Is
maybe
it because your butt plug is too long?
What? Don't tell all the viewers.
You told the viewers. You told them. Okay.
Well, anyways, this was a good conversation.
Yeah, it was. It was long. It was long.
But I have stories.
You do have stories. You have a lot of stories. But we're going to go into another conversation about bisexuality and ABDL.
That sounds like fun. We'll see you guys over there, right?
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.